You know, it's funny how life works. I found out my marriage was a sham from my 4-year-old daughter. Forget hiring a PI. No sneaking around, no suspicious photos on a phone. Nope. All it took was her tiny, innocent voice, a half-eaten ice cream cone clutched in her hand, and boom. Marriage deleted. So, now I'm sitting here, feeling like the lead in some low-budget TV drama, just without the dramatic music and commercial breaks. And the whole thing kicked off in the most boring, predictable way you can imagine. My little girl had just turned 3, and my wife, Olivia, decided it was time to dip her toes back into the professional world. It started with part-time hours, a let's just see how it goes kind of deal. But then it turned into a classic downward spiral. The deeper she got into her job, the more distant she became at home. First, it was a late meeting, then a mandatory corporate event, and then the real gem. Oh, honey, my colleague Max is going through a messy divorce. We all need to rally around and support him. Oh, I supported them all right. It turns out I was single-handedly funding their entire support system. I'll never forget the night she came home, all drama and flair, bursting through the door with, "You won't believe what happened. Max's wife just up and left him. Said she found her soulmate and just drove off, leaving him with their kid." I tried to make a joke of it, shooting back, "Yikes, is that stuff contagious? Should I start wearing a hazmat suit to bed?" But she just got all serious. "Don't be like that. The man's going through a tragedy, all alone with his little girl." Yeah, a tragedy. Little did I know that in just a few short months, Max and I would have enough material to record a chart-topping album of sad sack breakup songs together. That's when their new ritual started. Every Saturday, she and our daughter would head to this big indoor play place. The idea was simple, or so I thought. Kids go wild on the trampolines and slides, while the grown-ups chill at the cafe. Hey, I wasn't about to argue. My daughter would come home exhausted and happy. My wife seemed refreshed. It felt like a win-win. In the beginning, Olivia would flood my phone with cute pictures, our daughter diving into a ball pit, zipping down a slide, face smeared with chocolate. Picture-perfect family stuff. But after a while, the photos started to dry up. The excuses were always ready. First it was, "Oh, my phone died." Then it shifted to, "We were just having too much fun chatting. I forgot to take any." And then, right on cue, came the classic. Straight out of the cheater's handbook. "Why are you getting so suspicious all of a sudden? If you don't trust me, why don't you just come with us and see for yourself?" So, you know what? I decided I'd do just that. So there I am, on the living room floor with my daughter, building some epic Lego tower. I decided to probe, just casually, trying to sound like the fun, interested dad. "So, how were the trampolines today? Did you and Tanya have a blast?" She looked up at me with her big, honest eyes and said, "Yeah, it was just me and Tanya playing. Mommy and her uncle friend were drinking coffee." A little alarm bell went off in my head. "Oh? Which uncle is that, sweetie?" "Mommy's friend from work," she said, matter-of-factly. "He picks us up. They drink coffee in his car, and Tanya and I get to watch cartoons on the tablet." And right there, in that moment, the Lego brick in my hand felt like it weighed 1,000 pounds. The pieces just weren't fitting together. I mean, come on. How long can two people possibly find it interesting to just sit and drink coffee in a car while their kids are off somewhere else? My gut was screaming at me that there was a whole lot more to this than just coffee. The very next Saturday, I decided to channel my inner movie detective. I waited by the window until I saw this schmuck's car pull up. A silver Suzuki. I made a mental note of the license plate. About 30 minutes after they left, I followed. I drove to the shopping center, parked a good distance away, and called my daughter. "Hey, princess, what are you up to?" Her voice came through clear as a bell. "Me and Tanya are on the big slide, and Mommy and her uncle are drinking coffee." I took a deep breath. "Are they still in the car, honey?" "Yep, like always." "All right, you two coffee lovers," I thought. "Get ready for a fresh brewed pot of the bitter truth." I did a slow lap of the parking lot, and, sure enough, I found them. He'd parked in the most desolate, unromantic corner of the lot, right up against a row of overflowing dumpsters. Wow, real classy, guys. A scene straight out of a Hollywood romance, only with trash containers instead of a sunset. I pulled my car right up to theirs, nose to nose, and just laid on the horn. It took them a comically long time to react. Finally, the passenger door creaked open and a disheveled Olivia stumbled out, blinking in the daylight. "What on earth are you doing here? We were just sitting here having a coffee." "Yeah, sure you were." I could see the lie written all over her flustered face. I didn't even let her finish. I got out of my car, walked over to the driver's side, yanked the door open, and popped the guy right in the ear. It wasn't a knockout punch, just a firm, clear message. The coffee break was officially over. I ordered them both into my car, and we drove home, in absolute deafening silence. And once we were home, the curtain rose on her one-woman show of desperation. It was a 3-act play of pure cliché. Act 1, it was all just a terrible accident. Act 2, I swear, I only love you. And the grand finale, it didn't mean anything at all. All this, while looking at me with those big, pathetic eyes, like a puppy that knows it just chewed up your favorite pair of shoes. "Do you have any idea," I said, my voice dangerously calm, "that our daughter sees all of this? That she's growing up thinking it's totally normal for Mommy to disappear with her uncle friend to go drink coffee in a car while she's left to her own devices? Is that the kind of love you want to teach her?" Her response? A pathetic whisper. "Well, I didn't really think about it like that." "That's the problem," I shot back. "You stopped thinking a long, long time ago. Because if you'd been thinking at all, you never would have been in the back seat of that car in the first place." That was it, the final straw. I just looked at her, the woman I thought I knew, and said, "Pack your things and get out." And you want to know the most tragically hilarious part of this whole mess? Her supportive colleague, the great Max, never even invited her to move in with him. Nope. It seems the thrill for him was all about the chase, the sneaking around, the fact that she had a ring on her finger. The second she was single and actually available, all the so-called bonus features disappeared. He was gone. So now I'm getting the divorce paperwork in order, and I'm fighting to make sure my daughter stays with me. Because, honestly, what kind of values could a mother like that possibly teach her? But through all this muck, I've had one crystal-clear realization. Sometimes, a person leaving your life is the single greatest gift they could ever give you. Yeah, it hurts like hell. It's a total gut punch that knocks the wind right out of you. But once you finally catch your breath, you realize you can breathe more freely than you have in years. And there's no longer that cheap, bitter taste of bad coffee in your mouth.